All right, into the fourth quarter of this viewer choice team game, ASU versus the Noble Gamecocks of South Carolina. Native Assassin says these three teams will be winning. One of these teams will win the Super Bowl.
Vikings, Patriots, or Jets. And I've said goodbye.
No, the Vikings. with what quarterback are they going to win anything? Yeah. No, thank you.
Who got Ryan?
Donovan McNabb. Is that their quarterback?
Yeah.
Ooh, Donovan McNabb. Yeah, he's certainly proven.
Yeah, it's a linebacker.
And then the Jets. I mean, no, the Patriots. I'll give you. I have Patriots Saints. That's my Super Bowl pick right now. So you're a third right.
I lulled so hard when the Seahawks beat the Saints last week.
Yeah,
I lulled too.
Yeah, except for instead of lulled, it was tears. Thank God I was in a quiet mountain town. Literally, I was able to just go cry in the snow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what did you do about that Marshawn Lynch run? Were you freaking out?
It's bad.
Eagles or Patriots?
Patriots. I think the Eagles are horribly overrated right now.
I like the Eagles better.
I don't think they.
But I think the Patriots are better.
How lightly do I have to tap it?
Tim Tebow or Matt Ryan? Tim Tebow, come on. He's Tim Tebow.
Looks like they're gonna go
I hate Matt Ryan, so I'm gonna say Tebow too. But I hate Tebow too. Man, I don't like either of those guys. Can I say neither of them? And that's the lob you give me. That's the lob. I finally get a lob, and it's that shenanigans.
WallE, are you gonna watch
Keenan and Kel tonight on Team Nick? Part of the 90s Are All That marathon every night at midnight on Team Nick? I don't know. I watched it the other day. I've been doing a lot of Doug watching lately. The show Doug.
Tim Tebow can't do it. Fuck. Oh, not good.
Oh, really? Really? I like how the Pac-12 logo is now the Pac-12. But the Big Ten
should be the Big 12, and the Big 12 should be the Big 10. Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, this year in the NCAA, the Big 12 has 10 teams, and the Big 10 has 12 teams.
Although they think the Big 12 is going to disintegrate next year because Texas wants to leave for the SEC.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the Pac-10's making a big push to try to get Texas.
Really?
Yeah, they were going to do a super conference. They do 16 teams. It'd be the 12 that they have now, plus Texas, A&M, Oklahoma, and I think Oklahoma State. So they maintain some rivalries. And then some other Big 12 teams would end up going to the SEC, which would the SEC would also pick up, like in that situation, they would go to 16 teams as well and pick up like Florida State.
Yeah.
And
so what happened to the ACC? Would they just like lose some guys?
Well, the ACC and the Big East
are merging.
Would merge with a couple of the remnants of the what's left of the Big 12, and it would be like a sort of Eastern Super Conference. Because then there'd be the Northern Super Conference, the Southern Super Conference, the Western Super Conference, and then an Eastern Super Conference, which I guess you could call the ACC, or you could still call the Big East. I guess it just depends on what conference has more teams.
Do you think USC will ever get back to a national championship?
Yes. They will eventually get back.
Yeah, probably.
Not anytime soon.
Oh, that 8th grader that what's his name signed. Remember that kid, the 8th grader?
Yes.
I played against that kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he as good as they say?
Filthy.
Oh.
His dad, he actually goes to Red Lion Academy in Delaware, and he's his dad, I guess he's really wealthy, and his dad pays for some of the inner city kids to go to the school just because they're so much better.
Nice.
So he pays their full tuition, yeah. And he flies out to California every month to work with, I think maybe Steve Spurrier or somebody, work with somebody named Steve, some quarterback coach, and he's not like $9,000 a month. And the guy usually doesn't take anybody younger than 9th grade. But when he got the kid was in 7th grade, and he said that he's the most mentally wise, he's the most advanced quarterback he's ever.
Wow,
that's
high praise.
Yeah.
It was,
the kid was good too.
High hopes for him, yeah.
Yeah. Except he was like 110 pounds. But besides that,
despise the linebackers in this game.
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous.
It's like a
Actually,
wall.
I know. It can't get it by them. They should really patch that, but whatever. Shout out if you like my questions.
I like your questions,
Silent Kills 44.
I like all questions, except for dumb questions. Speaking of dumb things, Fishman123451 says, "Hey Wally, Seahawks 41, Saints 36." You be quiet, man. You be quiet. I want to hear that from you.
Oh, come on.
Nice play by the defense to bring up 4th down.
Have you guys heard of Josh Smith in college? If so, I went to high school with him, and his nickname is Moose.
Where does he go?
Yeah, where does he play? Does he play? Or is he just a college student?
It's the offense that takes the field on 4th down.
LSU SEC champions this season. I agree. I think LSU is the team to beat in the South this year. And then, based on the way the world works, that means they'll be the national champions because the SEC champion has won the last 5 national champions.
FollowWallE. Interceptors are hard to come by in this game. Thank you very much for saying that.
He's already thrown 2 of them.
It's
and yet he's still beating me by like 800 points.
They'll take over at the 21. The halfback with a carry. Makes it to the 11. This guy just made those 10 yards look easy.
Gus or Nick? That reminds me. Gus has not made his cameo yet, and we're almost done with the stream. This is Gus. Say hi to
So it's 2nd down, and they're only about a foot away.
Oh, see, they're good friends now. Gus will sit with me for the rest of the game. Maybe he'll change my luck.
Nice run up the middle. So we got a few yards on that carry.
If you could continue to pick up small chunks of yards like that.
Do you guys play on Heisman?
I don't know. What are we on right now?
Oh, thank you for adding me on Twitter. No, we're playing on varsity right now, just so we can, you know, have some fun with this. This is more about fun than like playing at a regular difficulty level.
But I usually play on the All-American, the normal one.
Yeah, that's...
Like, yeah, because that one usually the interceptions come usually, and it's nice. It's such a nice...
Fishman says the only reason the Saints lost is because they were cocky. Incorrect. They lost because they had a lot of injuries in the last game of the season, the game that they didn't need to win, and they foolishly played their starters because there was a chance of faint hope that they could still get the #1 seed. And they were ended up like Julius Jones was the running back for the Saints in that game. Like, they were down to nothing in that game. And you can't beat anybody like that. Like, a 2-win team has a good chance to beat you when you know for a fact that they're going to have to throw the ball all the time on you. It doesn't matter how good of a quarterback you are.
You think Cam Newton will bust?
Yes. And I think he is a punk.
Yeah, I don't like Cam Newton very much.
And honestly, the fact that he got to keep playing last year at the same time that they were taking away Reggie Bush's Heisman,
that's ridiculous.
Was ridiculous because they're just going to have to do the same thing to him. They're in 2 or 3 years, they're going to have to take away his Heisman and consider taking away Auburn's championship, and it's shenanigans because LSU last year were undefeated when they went to go play Auburn, and if they didn't have to play an Auburn with Cam Newton, who should not have been on the team, then they could have very easily gone undefeated, and they would have been national champions last year. That's how frustrating it is that he should not have played. He should have been ineligible, and yet there he was. And then there's going to be a vacated national championship in a decade instead of a legit winner like the amazing LSU Tigers.
Catches it.
Oh, you know who is Patrick Peterson was absolutely
ridiculous,
filthy,
like easily one of the best.
Filthy. I don't know why he wasn't on the Heisman ballot. He really should have been.
He was a finalist. He
wasn't
really?
Just
like the top finalist. He was very high up there, especially for a.
He was
back.
Disgusting. He made some play. He made one play during that. Oh, who was the Julio Jones or something on Alabama?
Oh, yeah.
He shut him down.
Yeah, and he was a phenomenal receiver.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck, I think he's going to be potentially a great NFL quarterback. I like his game a lot. He's got a really good skill set that I think is going to translate really nicely to the NFL. Gus, you're not helping me at all.
And what that does is
Try
mess up
harder.
the timing of the offense, causing the incompletion.
It's third and
Mark
10.
Ingram or Cam
Ball on their
Newton?
own
I think Mark
32.
Ingram's going to have the best chance to come in immediately and be fantastic. He can come in and be a starting running back for one of the best offenses in the NFL as a rookie. That's really good luck on his part that he fell to the Saints. Cam Newton, even if he does come in and play as well, it's not going to be right away. It's going to take him some time to get acclimated.
This one is batted away. They don't get the first down.
Are you guys good at baseball?
I had 3 career at-bats in high school. I've seen 9 career pitches, and I've swung the bat 9 career times. I've made contact 0 career times. I was very good at my position, though, bench.
Yeah, I play lacrosse in the
He's got room to work.
in the spring, so no, I'm not very good at baseball. What's your fantasy football name?
Do you think any sports league will overtake the NFL in popularity anytime
Never.
soon?
How?
No.
No way.
And what's going to happen, if it ever happens, it's going to be NFL losing popularity, not another sport getting as popular as the NFL. Baseball, I think, has the consistency to do it because it just kind of builds popularity year in and year out. And if it has another sort of record-breaking summer, that someone's trying to break a really big record, like the Mark McGuire Sammy Sosa. But even then, the whole steroids thing really killed baseball.
And baseball just... I was watching a thing on ESPN the other day about baseball, and one of the guys was talking about how he watched the baseball game from... Actually, no, I was reading it in Sports Illustrated. He watched a baseball game from 1980, and the game was like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and then he watched this, like, the same 2 teams play, and it was like 3 hours and 30 minutes. And it's because after every at-bat, people just take like 10 minutes to, they take like 10 seconds to adjust their gloves he said it's just so awful to watch. But he said like the baseball game in 1980 was so exciting because, the pitcher didn't take 20 seconds to, whatever. So I don't know. I don't think baseball could ever really gain that much.
I also think basketball is about to hit a lull in popularity. I think it's going downhill. I think the whole thing with LeBron James going to the Heat it's going to kill the sport. They got lucky that they didn't win last year, that a team like the Mavericks won, which has a fantastic story, and Mark Cuban's a personable, awesome dude, and Dirk Nowitzki, you love him.
Yeah.
The NBA got lucky that happens. Eventually, a punk team that no one wants to see win is going to win the NBA title, and it's just going to sour taste in everyone's mouth. At least in the NFL, when a punk team wins, like the Patriots or the Cowboys or something, it's usually good for the league because they generate a lot of popularity and buzz.
Mm-hmm.
When a punk team wins in the NBA, it just generates animosity and just anger. It's weird. Well, there you go, guys. That is that. We're going to do a little post-mortem now.